Morning, everyone, and welcome back to the 5 day challenge how to chill out your hot flashes. We are here halfway through our challenge. Today is day 3. So let's dive in. I've got so much information to share with you today. So I'm really excited about that. So thank you for being here. Of course, if you miss the live video, we will be in the Facebook group. So let's recap a little bit. On day 1, we talked about food triggers, and you learned all about that. So I hope you're still tracking those food triggers as we go along. And then day 2, we learned about stress and cortisol. Wow. Cortisol to me is really more important than the estrogen and progesterone factors of menopause because it's so important to manage that stress. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into that when we talk about sleep too and the circadian rhythm. So yeah, today's challenge is about the sleep connection and hot flashes. So what does that really mean? So there's two different connections. There's our adrenal connection and there's the liver connection. So let's talk a little bit about the adrenal connection because these two are really working together now in our bodies as we enter this menopause phase. So when cortisol levels are disrupted from food or lifestyle or stress, then our sleep suffers. And you know, when you're stressed, you're not getting so much good sleep. And this is in part because the adrenals are given more responsibility for hormone management when the ovaries can no longer do this. So, if this is a relay race, the ovaries say, okay, my end of the relay race is done. I'm going to pass the baton on to the adrenals and the liver. So, that's why it is so important to manage your stress so that the adrenals can take on this extra responsibility. If cortisol levels end up too high, your sleep is going to be disrupted because they're still on high alert. You can also experience anxiety, depression, and headaches with this cortisol imbalance, a weakened immune system, an increase in your probability of having heart disease and high blood pressure, and increased blood sugar levels. It can lead to digestive issues and also nerve problems. So you see the importance of keeping stress managed and keeping the adrenals happy. And there are some different ways to do that, but I want to focus on how we can improve the sleep in relationship to the adrenals. Now, let's talk about the liver connection. Your liver plays an important role because it's already making some hormones for you, like cholesterol, and managing that. And so it's also given some more responsibilities. And if it's still trying to handle that glass of wine that you had for dinner last night, or some other, fatty foods or poor uh, food choices that you've made over the last few days, it's not going to be very happy. What also happens with the liver is that it is the organ of heat, as I've shared with you in Chinese medicine. With this liver congestion, there can be some anger and irritation, which initiates those hot flashes. So, secondarily, each body system has a biological clock or a time that it does its repair cycle. And this is usually when you're sleeping, okay? It starts about 10 a.m. and ends at about 6 a.m. So for the liver, your repair time is between 1 and 3 a.m. This was huge information when I learned this because I was always waking up between 1 and 3 a.m. My body was trying to cleanse the liver, the hepatic system, and it was having trouble. And so it was disrupting my sleep. So start tracking a little bit on your sleep. Like, what time are you waking up consistently? If that's between 1 and 3, then let's look a little bit closer at your liver. Okay. So, ways that you can keep your liver running smoothly, just briefly, I go through this much more in a different program, but you can use herbs like dandelion root or milk thistle. Those are the kind of things you can do. managing your cortisol levels in coordination with that by decreasing your caffeine, which we know caffeine elevates cortisol levels pretty quickly and then gives the liver, again, some extra responsibility. I explain all this in my 14-day hormone balance detox. So if you feel like you're needing some more support, maybe with a detox to help your liver a little bit more, I'll post that link in the comments after the video so you can check that out. There's also a link in your email today to check out the online school and see what other programs might benefit you in relationship to hormone balance. So back to sleep. Sleep is key to reducing hot flashes, managing stress, reducing fatigue, brain fog, and maintaining a healthy immune system. So by taking care of your sleep, you're really getting a well-rounded approach at managing and reducing hot flashes. So I'm going to go through the checklist. You've got this checklist that you can download. It is your sleep checklist. And that's your challenge for today, is to go through this list and see what things you can implement right away to help get better sleep and reduce your hot flashes. So number one on the list is to set a specific bedtime. I consistently have my little phone setting to remind me with a little bell when it's 9 o'clock and I need to start doing my wind down and getting ready for bed. So my bedtime is always set at 10 o'clock. And I'm really consistent about that because sleep is so important to me. So at 9 o'clock, when my little timer rings, I shut off all of my devices, TV, computer, anything that, my tablet, anything that I'm working on electronically, I shut all of those devices off, okay? And then I go up to the bedroom and I make sure that my bedroom is nice and cool. If your bedroom is cool, you're going to sleep better. You're going to get more REM sleep. The studies have shown a cooler temperature in the bedroom leads to better REM sleep, and that's where we get our deep restorative sleep. The bedroom should be dark. My bedroom has blackout shades in it so that there's no light leaking into that bedroom at all, okay? I want to go into my sleep cocoon with a nice cool temperature and complete dark. If you can't do that, if you have a street light or something like that that's happening outside your bedroom, you can use a mask. Sometimes I'll put in earplugs or earbuds so that I can block out any noise. I'm a very light sleeper, and so it's really important for me sometimes, depending where I'm at, to put those earplugs in so that I can sleep even better with no chances of hearing a slight noise. I know this is hard for a lot of you, but a bedroom should only be used for sleep and sex. All right? No TVs, no movies, no other devices. So if you have a TV in your room, please remove it. It's not a healthy rhythm for your body to get into by having a TV on to fall asleep to. And I know that's an issue for some people. It also emits electronic frequency, and that disrupts your sleep pattern as well. So anything that you can get away from these electromagnetic fields is really important to be able to have good sleep. Remove your phone from your bedroom. Don't sleep with your phone next to your bed. It also gives off electromagnetic pulses, and those can be very detrimental to your sleep cycle. If you're an evening shower person or bath person, take a cool shower so that you're not elevating your heat. Maybe have another cold drink before you go to bed. I've got my hibiscus mint tea again today. So I'm really enjoying that. I suggest that you refrain from food, like no snacking during your evening. So after 7 p.m., I have my no food rule. My exception to that is that uh, there's a study that shows if you have a bite of banana, one bite of banana with a teaspoon of almond butter on it before you go to bed, it actually nourishes your adrenals so that they'll get into their safe space and be lower while you're in that sleep cycle. And that's worked for me from time to time too. So you might try that little tip. Uh, Soft music before bedtime, usually in that hour when I'm trying to do my wind down. I might do some restorative stretching yoga that helps with my adrenals and helps get into a sleep pattern. Or I'll listen to some really soft music or do a guided meditation. You can tap into those guided meditations that I gave you a link to yesterday. Those might be helpful. And then on the worksheet, I've left some different spaces so that you can add other items that work for you. Maybe you have another tip for really being able to wind down and dial in your good sleep to get that circadian rhythm, to nourish your adrenals, to help your liver function better, and to reduce those hot flashes. I have a little bonus and again, I'm going to geek out on you with a little bit of science and a little bit of fun. Speaking of the bedroom. So in brain chemistry, there is a chemical called prolactin. And prolactin is a chemical that is released by the brain that creates a deep sense of relaxation and allows you to get better sleep. But the brain only releases this chemical when you have an orgasm. So I encourage you to use that bedroom for sleep and for a little bit of fun, whether it's with yourself or with a partner, because we want to get that prolactin into your system so that you can relax and have some really healthy sleep. All right. So this is a short time today, but it's packed with information. Go download that sleep checklist. And until tomorrow, sweet dreams, everyone. Don't forget to go into the Facebook group and tell us what you're doing to improve your sleep and chill out your hot flashes. Tomorrow's challenge is all about essential oils to chill the flash. It's one of my favorite topics, and I'm excited to share it with you. All right, everyone, have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.